This is quite an honor to get to do this. I just want to tell you a few things before we get started about this year's recipient of the Community Partner Award, who we submitted from Victor School. First of all, I don't know how many of you guys watched some of the clips from the Class C State Championship basketball game that was held here in Bozeman, but we were featured on there a couple of times. And if you saw the Pirates that were up front, one of those Pirates was our own Jim Munson, who there was several Pirates at that game, but the thing that you'll notice about Jim is he's going to dress up like a Pirate and be at the basketball games or the football games, whether we're winning or losing. We happen to be winning, and we had a lot of Pirates, but Jim's there no matter what, and I think that's something special. Because if you've ever met Jim or know Jim, he'll always greet you with a good hearty handshake and hug, of which that you may have to go to the hospital afterwards. It's true. So one day I can remember this year, we called Jim down and says, Jim, would you put your pirate costume on, come down to school, we've got a pep assembly, why don't you get everybody fired up? And so Jim comes down, he's got his pirate outfit on, and he comes walking down through the hall. And there's, I don't know why he picked the smallest kid in the hall. He reaches over, he grabs the kid, and just gives him a bear hug, and says, I love you, man. And sets him down, and walks off, and I picked him up off the floor. And, okay, you need medical attention and everything. But you kind of got to watch out for that. But Jim's been doing the pirate gig there for as long as I can remember, but that's not what all Jim is about. Jim lives a very meager life. He's not wealthy by any means. He lives a substance life. But he gives more than any individual that I've ever seen. He gives of himself. He volunteers at the school, building projects, crow's nests. The drama department he comes in and builds a big backdrop for the drama department. He loves kids. He loves people. He'll hear about somebody and say, Dan, God, I heard that so-and-so is going through a rough time. Is there anything I can do? You know, and sometimes there is. I said, Jim, maybe you can talk to him, talk some sense into him. And he does. He'll take people in. When I think about Jim wakes up with purpose every morning when he gets out of bed. And I'm not sure that all of us can say that. And his purpose is to make somebody else's life better. When I was thinking about the words that I wanted to say about Jim, all I can think about is, what would Jesus do? And I think that's how Jim lives his life. And he gives his all for the kids, for the community. I promised I'd keep this short, so I'm cutting a few things out here. So I'd like to read a few little excerpts about from the letters that were written on Jim's behalf. Really quick. First one is, Jim is a very important person at our school. I don't think that there's a student in grades K-12 that doesn't know Jim as our pirate mascot. Every student that walks by gets a high five, a hug, or a handshake. Every teacher, coach, or administrator gets a handshake or a bear hug as well. Teachers are told what a difference they make, what a difference they are making for our students at Victor. But the truth is, Jim is the one that is making the difference.
He is the one that the students will look back on and say, I remember Jim when I was going to school at Victor. I give Jim my highest recommendation that a person could possibly give, and that's from Mr. King's shop teacher and athletic director. And I'd just like to say we've got a couple of students that showed up just to see this today that remember Jim. Another teacher writes, this is from Amber Lynch, the drama teacher. I have been honored to get to know Jim for a variety of school activities, and I'm truly inspired by the man that never loses his pride in Victor community. Yet, he is one of the most humble men I have ever known. It's for the kids. It's one of the phrases I hear Jim utter repeatedly. Several years ago, when I asked if he would come speak to the kids at an assembly to kick off the Modcast test, you remember Modcast, week, he was downright excited. He came decked out in all his pirate gear, costume, and got an entire school population on their feet, excited to do their standardized test. His enthusiasm was enthralling, captivating, and refreshing. The kids absolutely loved him. They did well on the test that week, too. I have been directing a middle and high school plays for many years, and Jim comes to me now and asks, what is my next play, when my next play will be, saying he can't wait for the next challenge I have dreamed up for him. He puts in hours of labor and love into each set and is innovative and determined, saving me an incredible amount of headaches and time. And there's a picture of the set. I don't know. You can't see it from there, but you wouldn't believe what he does. Another community member, clergyman in the community, Jim's contagious enthusiasm is extended to everyone he meets. He unselfishly gives his time and his resources to anyone with a need, regardless of their social status or age. He carries an especially heavy burden for the youth in our community and truly believes he can reach any goals they set for themselves. This is more than just a heartfelt position. Jim makes sure the youth of our community understand that he believes in them by being involved in their lives and activities and telling them he believes in them. Jim works countless hours to be there for the youth. His income is meager, but he somehow works it out to see that the kids get it whether they need it, and often goes without himself. Just read one more little bit. The impact of Jim Munson is selfless dedication to the school and his community has impacted Victor greatly. His influence is evident in the fact that the students choose to dedicate the high school yearbook to him and invite him to speak at the graduation and commencement ceremonies. We are proud to call him our pirate and are grateful that he has committed himself to provide a full-field atmosphere to our education and community activities. So, I'd like to introduce some people to you right quick that are with Jim before I have Jim come up. But we brought the school van and brought some people up. And today Jim is accompanied by his daughter Kayleen, his other daughter Gina, her husband Tony, his brother John, Mr. Dennis Eames, our AE and teacher, brought them over. And we have Dustin and Kurt, who came over from the campus to see this award. So without any further ado, you guys, this honorable award for Mr. Jim Munson, your Community Partner Award. You did a good job by selecting him this year. Jim, could you come on out?
Go Pirates! I just want to back up 1 minute. This Victor School and is phenomenal. You can walk in the door and you can feel at home. There's no egos in that school. They're interested in one thing, and that is the education of our youth. And I want to thank each and every one of you here, because you people have the most important job in the world today, and that's saving our world. And that world is going to be saved by our youth, by our kids. Years ago, I was a little disappointed when I realized that parents were starting to drop their kids off at school so that the school could raise them. You know? And then I turned around and realized something. You know, that's not such a bad idea. Because who loves these kids? You guys are not in this profession for good wages. You are in this profession for one reason. Because you want these young people today to make a difference in this world, in this life, and change it for the good. And for that, I am just so honored and very thankful to be able to stand here before you and say, you know, there's one God, and us together, with the youth that we have, the education that you are giving them, this world is going to become a better place. It's not going down, it's going up. Thank you.